Smile. Hello. Thank you guys very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Victor Morgan, and I am here to talk to you about the hemorrhagic menace that's been causing all these problems in Africa. I have an IV bag here. I have a gown that's going to be used as a protective gown, and I also have here a thermometer, oral thermometer. Now, just to give you some key facts, according to the Center for Disease Control and the World Health Organization, Ebola, previously known as Ebola hemorrhagic fever, is a rare, deadly disease caused by infection with one of the Ebola virus strains. Ebola can cause disease in humans and non-human primates like monkeys, gorillas, and chimpanzees. There are 5 identified Ebola virus species. 4 of these 5 do cause disease in humans. 1 does not cause any disease in humans, but it does in primates. Now, the 4 are the Zaire Ebola virus, the Sudan Ebola virus, the Thai Forest Ebola virus, formerly from Cote d'Ivoire, and the Bujumbura Ebola virus, which is, and we also have the 5th, the resting Ebola virus, which causes disease in humans, in non-humans. Now, Ebola was first discovered in 1976 near the Ebola River, which is now the Democratic Republic of Congo. Since that outbreak, there have been sporadic outbreaks all across Africa. According to the CDC and the WHO, the Ebola virus can cause acute serious illness, which is often fatal if untreated. The current outbreak in West Africa is the largest and most complex Ebola outbreak since the one that happened in 1976. This deadly hemorrhagic menace has decimated the economies of Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia in ways these governments would not have imagined. There have been more cases and deaths in this outbreak than in all the others combined. These 3 countries have had very weak healthcare systems to begin with. They've been lacking in infrastructure and resources, and they've also just emerged from a long war that happened over a 12-year period. And so because of that, there's been some instability. This particular virus for 2014 in West Africa belongs to the Zaire species. According to the WHO and the CDC, because the natural reservoir of Ebola virus has not yet been identified, the way in which this virus appears in humans at the start of the outbreak is unknown. However, scientists believe that Ebola is first introduced in human population through direct contact with the broken, through the broken skin, and also with direct contact with animals like monkeys, chimpanzees, forest antelopes, fruit bats, through the broken skin, through saliva, for example, the eyes, the ears, and the nose. With the blood or body fluids, including but not limited to urine, when someone vomits, breast milk, or semen. The healthcare workers have also frequently been infected while treating patients with suspected or confirmed Ebola virus. So burial ceremonies have to be closely monitored, and they have to make sure that they don't transmit or get infected. The incubation period, which is the time interval from infection with the virus to the onset of symptoms, is 2 to 21 days. Humans are not infectious until they develop first symptoms such as fever, severe headache, muscle pain, weakness, fatigue, and sore throat. And this is followed by vomiting, diarrhea, rash, symptoms of impaired kidney and liver function, and in some cases, both internal and external bleeding. It can be difficult to distinguish EVD from other infectious diseases such as malaria, typhoid fever, and meningitis. Confirmation that symptoms are caused by Ebola virus infection are made using the following tests: antibody capture enzyme linked aminoabsorbent assay, antigen capture detection test, serum neutralization test, reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction assay, electron microscopy, and virus isolation by cell structure. Samples from patients are an extreme biohazard risk. Laboratory testing on non-inactivated samples should be conducted under maximum biological containment conditions. Supportive care, rehydration, and oral intravenous fluids and treatment of specific symptoms improve survival. There is yet no proven treatment available for EVD. However, a range of potential treatments, including blood products, immune therapies, and drug therapies, are currently being evaluated. There are no licensed vaccines available yet, but there are two potential vaccines on the way for human testing. Good outbreak control relies on applying a package of interventions, namely case management, surveillance and contact tracing, a good laboratory service, safe burials, and social mobilization. Community engagement is key to controlling outbreaks, and we also have to raise awareness of risk factors for Ebola infection and protective measures that individuals can take, which will be effective in curbing human transmission. Risk reduction messaging should also focus on several factors: reducing risk of wildlife to human contact, reducing the risk of human-to-human transmission, and the outbreak containment measures such as prompt and safe burial of the dead, and identifying people who may be in contact with someone infected with the virus. Since March of 2014, there have been 1,878 total cases confirmed in Guinea, of which 1,142 have died. In Liberia, there have been 6,822 total cases, 2,836 have died. In Sierra Leone, there have been 5,368 total cases, and 1,169 have died. According to the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, in a report published on September 22nd, 2014, by the WHO, the economies of these countries have been decimated. They've gone through serious problems with post-traumatic stress disorders that may have affected families that have lost a whole set of members of their family, including mothers and fathers, and even brothers and sisters. And so the economies have gone through some serious stress. As a matter of fact, the World Bank was forecasting a 5.5% average GDP growth for these three countries. But because of the problem that's faced them over the past couple of months, they've been downgraded to 2.2% and could further even be reduced if the trend continues. Now, this hemorrhagic menace must be contained, and it must be eradicated, because if it affects Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Liberia, people can travel, and they've been traveling all over the world. It can affect us as well. And so we have to also just pray that these people will be able to listen to the different things that will stop and contain this menace. And so, with that said, thank you very much. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking
Well said.
about. Thank you.
A job well done.
All right. King James, you're the man.